A lot of people are afraid to talk about money. I have a lot of friends that I'm talking to now, I'm mid-30s. They're afraid to get on the little app and see what they're spending every month. Are you born with kind of some of these habits, or are they created, like nature versus nurture? And I would say it's a mix of both. And so as you think about your journey, maybe your kids, your grandkids, just talk to them frequently about money and give them some ideas of how to offset their expenses, as they're journeying through these different phases of life. College for me, I would say my first house that I purchased, my first deal, was at 23. Now, that's young for a lot of people, but it's not young for everybody, right? In hindsight, which is 2020, I wish that I would have known. We always wish we would have known more at an earlier age. Eventually, I moved to Northern Virginia for work. I took a new job, and I want to talk a little bit about that as well. I think so often we get caught up and we get complacent in our work, in our jobs. And I think some of that is the people who are around us. Some of that are our self-limiting beliefs. And so I used to work with Duran, which is how I came across Jerome. But I knew that money that I was making, I think at the time I was making $40K. It wasn't enough for me. I knew that I didn't want to work until I died. I knew that I needed to make more money. And part of that was changing jobs. So that first job that I had, I changed jobs 3 times within the company, and I only got a total of $11,000 raise. So that was like 2009 to 2012, right? $11,000. I knew that I wanted to do bigger and better things. I knew that I needed to save more. I knew that I needed to increase the amount of money that I was bringing in. And sometimes, not in, I'm not going to get a cup of coffee today. It's not, I'm going to cancel my Netflix, which is all a part of it. And I did some of those things, but sometimes it's just increasing your income. I was in Northern Virginia. I started to really get interested in real estate, but I was getting some negative commentary from my family who just, they work one job their whole lives. They said, you just need to save. You just need to work for 30 years and then you'll be good. Well, we all know that in today's age, for most people, that doesn't work. I said, hey, Jerome, I'm looking to elevate myself in real estate. I want to get a flip. I want to buy in whole houses, single family houses. I just bought a duplex. I think I want to go for maybe a quad. And he was like, well, why not go bigger than that? Well, why not go for 10? Why not go for 20? And I just started to think, why not go for 10? Why not go for 20, right? So I began to start my education on that. And through Jerome, I was actually able to acquire my 10-unit property, which is in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so he was able to walk me through that process step by step. Still in the 10-unit, I've identified my target markets. So if anybody takes Jerome's course, he'll talk all about this, or any of the other education that you do. You identify your target market. You need to identify, your team, potential investors. I'm currently working on my website presence, my web presence, my social media presence, and really just positioning myself as someone who is in the industry, who's into multifamily and trying to grow. And so that's what I'm personally working on right now.